Hey guys, welcome to episode 6 of our series titled Marriage and Family. Moving right along through this series, and I got a pretty good one for you today. At least it was for me anyway. This one's titled Words of Affirmation. Now, you're probably thinking, well, that's one of the love languages, right? And it is. But it's more than that. It's deeper than that, and that's what I want to talk about today. So, be sure and like, share, comment. Go to our YouTube channel, Daily Drink Ministries, subscribe over there. That way you get fresh content every day or on the days that we drop new videos. So here we go. Words of affirmation. What is affirmation? Went and looked it up. Affirmation is simply emotional support or encouragement. That's all it is. Emotional support or encouragement. So I can see how this could be someone's love languages. I like being told I'm doing a good job. I like being told, people are proud of me. It's not technically one of my love languages, though. I'm not saying I don't like it, just not what really hits me. Some people it does. I have found that words of affirmation, you can't go wrong with words of affirmation. Let's put it that way. It's almost one of those things. It might be too much of a good thing if you do it all the time, but with so much negativity that's bombarding people and our children nowadays, the little hints of positive and encouragement that we get from words of affirmation go a long way. So that's what I got to say about that. It's a good thing to do, especially with your kids and your spouse. So I want to jump in on some scripture. 1 Thessalonians 5:11 says this. It says, encourage each other and build each other up, just as you're already doing. So Paul tells us in Scripture that we're to encourage each other and build each other up, and that is what words of affirmation do. I do want to break down what it is. There's 5 characteristics to words of affirmation, and I'm going to break those down for you today so that you know that it's not just good job, here's a pat on the back. It's not just a verbal pat on the back. Let's put it that way, okay? It's a good way to put it. There's 5 characteristics to it that all apply to words of affirmation. The first one is humility. When we humble ourselves with our spouse or even our children and say, I'm sorry, or I could have done this better, I could have done this differently, I reacted out of the flesh. When we humble ourselves and show that tells the other person that we care. We care about their feelings. We care about how they view the situation, and that's important to us. So humility is a characteristic of words of affirmation. The second one is gratitude and appreciation. Now this one is kind of, it's just kind of there. This is simply, I appreciate that you do this. Thank you. That's gratitude. It's telling someone thank you for what they do for you. Just as an example, one of my love languages is acts of service. My wife knows this, and I was at home working the other day in the morning, and she brought me a cup of coffee. Okay, thank you, sweetie, appreciate it, and went on. The second day, she did it again. Cool, thank you. She went on. I thought, oh, thanks, sweetie. Appreciate that. The third day she did it, I made sure and stopped and told her, hey, you've done this the last couple of mornings. It means a lot to me that you're bringing me a cup of coffee in the morning while I'm working. That means so much. Thank you. Thank you for that. It confirms to her that her actions are facilitating my love language, while at the same token, I'm facilitating hers by showing appreciation and gratitude through words of affirmation. Does that make sense? I hope so. It's just telling them thank you for what they're doing. Gratitude and appreciation. Now the third one is the one most people kind of key on, and that's encouragement. Encouragement is simply, I believe in you because of this. You impressed me because you did this today. Okay, that's encouraging. Lifting someone up and encouraging. Now here's one of my pet peeves. Let me just Let me drop this right here. If someone's trying to be encouraging to you, don't nullify their encouragement by backlashing at them. Does that make sense? You know, hey, you got this because, man, you studied and you rehearsed. Yeah, well, everything's going to go wrong anyway. They're trying to help you. Don't be a jerk. I mean, just bottom line. So, I'm going to leave that one where it is. Little soapbox there. Sorry. Fourth one, empathy. Now, we talked about empathy in episode 1 of this series. That's meeting them on an emotional level. I'm not good at it. Not good at it. So, I'm not the best one to talk about that. But empathy, connecting with them on an emotional level with what they're going through. That's probably the hardest one to do here in all of these. But letting them know by communicating with your spouse or your children that you're trying to empathize with them and what they're going through, it's helpful. It still helps. You're still affirming the fact that you're trying to help or that you're wanting to talk to them and things. The last one, the fifth one, is respect and admiration. This one is the simple one. Great job doing this. Hey, you did this today. You did a great job. I'm so proud of you for this. I'm so proud of you that you didn't quit and you kept going and you finished whatever. I'm so proud of you that you cleaned the kitchen today and you've been talking about how it's been bugging you for the last week. You know what I'm saying? It's little things like that. It's just telling them, hey, I'm proud of you. Good job. Respect and admiration. Showing them that respect and that you admire them for it. Those are the 5 characteristics, okay? Humility, gratitude and appreciation, encouragement, empathy, and respect and admiration. You apply that to your verbal relationship with your spouse and your children, they will grow immensely. One more scripture, and it is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29. And it says this, don't use foul or abusive language. Let everything you say be good and helpful, so that your words will be an encouragement to those who hear them. You need to apply that to your relationship with your family. So my daily drink for you today is this. Do you use words of affirmation in your communication with your spouse and your kids? How do you speak to them? And how do they speak to you? Y'all be blessed. We'll talk to you tomorrow.